Roger. Copy that.
Signal prepper, the wisdom is the key. We're ready for the future, staying ahead and staying free. When the world goes dark, we won't be shedding a tear. We prep with our minds never ruled by fear. It's not the list of preps, it's the knowledge we flex. Gaining understanding, then solving what's next. No sitting by fire, eating squirrels on sticks. We'll be navigating chaos using Sigma Prepper's tricks.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is a shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
SHTF, we break it down smart. From the big picture view to the detail in the parts. Drew Law's got you, his knowledge on tap. Real-time strategy, he cuts through the crap. From the high IQs to the tech we choose. We're ahead of the game, we never gonna lose. We stay prepared, never needing to fight. Join Sigma Prepper and we'll make it through the night.
Signs, reading tomorrow through intelligent minds. Survival's more than just having a plan. It's about how you act when it all hits the fan. Join our Discord where knowledge is prime. The wolf pack's there for you every time. In the chaos of survival, your mind is a shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. We're on a mission, there's no turning back. From crisis to strength, we survive the storm. It's knowing you've been able since the day you were born. Survival's an art, we sharpen the blade. We adapt, we survive, we're not afraid. Get yourself comfy for the Sigma Prepper show. The time is counting down and we're nearly good to go. Prepare your mind, cause intelligence is the key. Owning our instincts, we don't freeze, fight or flee. Knowledge is power, it's the ultimate force. No following the herd, we just create a new course. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is a shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. Support me on Patreon to gain the edge. Discounts and freebies, just make a pledge. The countdown's done, it's time to go. Sigma Preppers Live, let's start this show.
Hey! Welcome everybody. Welcome Wolfpack. You know how we do. Your boy Drew. Sigma Prepper. Dear. Thank you for being with us. Really appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed the new intro theme tune, Sigma Prepper, which took me like at least a week to put together in the end, but it was it needed to be the way I wanted it to be. So it was quite a complex tune to put together. Courtesy a little bit of AI mixed in there as well, but the writing of the actual lyrics were all mine, may I say. So yeah, it came out all right. Let me know what you think in the chat. And yeah, that'll be our new Wolfpack anthem going forward. So it was worth putting the work into something that will be at the beginning of every one of the live streams, including this one. So please do hit the like button if you haven't done already. Adapt and survive. It's a Wolfpack thing, indeed. Cheers, everybody. Welcome. I hope everyone's well across the world, wherever you are. I noticed in the live chat we've got our darling Debbie in the house, who I was wondering if she would be there, but because she's in Mexico on holiday at the moment, and she sent me a WhatsApp picture the other day of her plane that she was just about to be boarding. So love to you, my darling. And I was going to send out some safe travel vibes to our darling Debbie from everyone. So we might as well do that now. Who's over in Mexico? I hope it's well. I haven't seen any pics yet, so still waiting, girlfriend. Still waiting. Kazza in the house. Glad to see you. Daryl Calhoun in the house as well. Look at that. Daily Survival, our absolute moderator of all moderators, and true good friend as well. Lovely to see you all here, and Sandy as well. She was, I think, the first in the chat tonight. So great to see you. And Robert McNamara is with us as well. From, I was going to say the Midwest. I think it's the Midwest. Is it? Don't know. Mississippi. Is it Mississippi? Or is it Missouri? I'm winding him up. Don't worry. It's a private joke. So great to see you, everyone. Chaos in the house as well. Lovely to see everyone, saying hello to everyone. What a great wolf pack we are here. Please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe if you haven't done. Thanks, Chaos. Loving the song. And yeah, it's all streaming in, so it's lovely to see everyone. Thank you, Robert. And Amanda Shale in the house as well. Great to see you. Wonderful to have you here. Banging tunes, says Daily Survival. I spent just as long doing the lyrics popping up animated as I did. No, that's a lie. I spent about 4 days making the tune and writing it. But yeah, thank you very much, Tanet. I appreciate that, especially coming from you as an award-winning lyricist. I used to write all the love letters for my friends to their girlfriends back at school. That was one of my side hustles. Writing all sorts of corny poems and stuff for my friends. I think it comes from there. And growing up with things like Public Enemy, NWA, you know, all the sort of rap kind of thing back then. All American Prepper in the house. Great to see you, my man. Hope things are well with you. And yeah, what a great bunch you are. Thank you all for being here. And yeah, so wow, what a lot going on. As you see in the title, we got the old Iran initiating their strikes on Israel. We've got the Hurricane Helene. It's causing all sorts of kerfuffle going on over in North Carolina and West North Carolina particularly. So yeah, it's all going on. I know it's Missouri, Robert. That's the whole point. It's because I always used to say Mississippi to people, and it's Missouri, right? But can you call it in the Midwest? Yeah. Hot and rainy, says Debbie in Mexico. Is it? Have you not had any sun at all? So you haven't even got a little bit of your bikini on. So we've got a bunch of stuff we're going to be chatting about tonight on the show. Starting off with a welcome and intro, which we kind of done. We've got Sigma Mindset quotes. We've got SHTF Intel report, global threat analysis, and then we haven't got a Sigma Prepper quiz. But we do have Preppers Grow progress, because I'd like to do a little bit of a debrief after my wild camping expedition, which recently I was... let's have a look. We can probably get there through this. Let's do that. Sorry, let me just pull this window over there. Hold on. Boom. So yeah, it's basically there's this new one here, the new video. If you haven't seen that, this is essentially me. This is a video of me doing the water filtration with my electric water pump idea. Don't know why it's not letting me full screen it. That's better. So yeah, this is essentially me showing my entire water kit and the water pump that goes with it, and digital meter, water tester and things, right? And then I show it all set up. So go and watch that if you haven't seen it. It's like a new pump system that I've created for that. So definitely go and check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any stuff coming up. I've got a debrief I need to do for that camp, the wild camp, including the solar panels there. So I'll be doing a separate video on that where I'll be talking about what went well, what went wrong. I'll touch on a few things later on in the show as well, about some tips I can tell you straight away about some things that didn't go perfectly right. But that's the whole point, is every time I do a wild camp I learn something new. A bit of my kit I realise needs to be upgraded or changed or something like that. So you know, that's the whole point of you know, getting down and dirty and testing your equipment. And thank you, Daily Survival. Definitely bullish on parade. Things getting weird if US get involved. I mean, a lot of people are calling it as a World War III situation that has been kicking off with Iran and Israel, based on who gets involved and who gets pulled in and stuff like that, right? So I'll tell you what, let's see if we got any inspirational quotes coming up. Don't forget, if you're part of the Discord server, the Discord community server, which is completely free to join. The link's in the description of this video. And you've got all these rooms here you can go and check out with lots of information. The main hangout here with the wolf head. This is just a welcoming page and talk about whatever you want on here. And then you've got animal lovers rooms. So going, put your animal. This is Hugo Bear, our Burble. You got memes and Sigma quotes as well. So thank you to everybody who's put the quotes and the memes in. Prepper's Progress. I need to get started with things that you've done recently. You got self-promotion in there as well if you've got something you want to show off, like your garden full of wonderful stuff like Noelle Marie here, bless her. Thank you, my darling. And many before her. So go and get yourself over there. You got a live guest request as well if you'd like to come on the show as a live guest. Plus, if you are a Patreon VIP supporter, you'll have access to the VIP rooms, including the after party VIP voice chat rooms that will be in after this show. Yes, indeed. So after we get through the main part of the show, we'll have our after party at the end, which is where we have that over on Discord. So if you want to join the Wolf Pack, go and do that. Links in the description of this video below. I really need to thank those that have been a wonderful, wonderful support of this channel. Lich, couldn't do it without you because I do have no sponsors, no networks, no paid adverts, no monetization, no external funding, no affiliates or partners, no nothing. So no messing about, yeah. Basically is what I'm talking about. But there are ways to help, including these. And the Streamlabs is a great way to do it. You can support the show just like Super Chats, even though the channel's not monetized yet. Great way to support the show. And of course, Patreon as well. Great way to show your love and gain access to all sorts of exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, which I'll be putting up this week on there. Plus, getting all sorts of freebie goodies, which is going to be worth loads of sheets. So definitely get yourself on that. So I really need to say thank you to, this is the old original list. It's less than, there's only about 4 people now because I went AWOL for 6 months, so everybody left me and didn't love me anymore. But I've kept the names on here just because I love you, and there's several still rocking. And then next week I'm going to change this out, so if you're not a paid up VIP member, then you shall not be on the list anymore. But thank you to everybody who supported this channel to get me this far. Like I say, Patreon's a great way to do that. And links in description if you want to show your love and your support. And the only other way to do it is obviously just hitting the like button and sharing this video on your social media to your friends and family and ting. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yummy. So I reckon what we should do is to get into some quotes. Yeah, from people who have put quotes into the Discord. So let's do it, shall we? Let's get into the Sigma mindset quotes. Thank you everyone for sending them in. Let's do it. This is where we center ourselves before getting into the zone. Are you a Sigma type? Do you have a Sigma mindset? Yeah, which is not like a alpha or a beta. Alphas want to lead people and betas want to be led. Sigmas kind of want to do their own thing and be independent, self-development. Yeah, focus on making themselves the best person they can be. So they don't need nobody else. Yeah, hence the lone wolf connotations. But it's not. We just want to do our own thing, thank you very much, and work on our own independency and our skills, is essentially. So if that resonates with you, you could be a Sigma personality. So that's what these quotes are all about, the inspiration, the self-development. This one's from me, up top left there. So if you pop your own favourite quote on the Discord server, you'll basically, if I like it, then I'll show it to the millions of people around the world who are watching this right now. It's not, it's about 15, but people who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. George Bernard Shaw, like it. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. So yes, this is from me. Quote number 1. Quote number 2 is coming in from Daily Survival up there. Look, thank you so much, Daily Survival. She put that on the Discord server, on the quotes room on the server. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Like it. T.S. Eliot. Thank you, Daily Survival, for submitting that one. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Daily Survival. Like it. She's also happens to be the moderator of all moderators for the channel. And Sandy's another moderator as well. But you don't have to be a moderator to send your quotes in. Just do it on the Discord server. No messing about. So thank you, Sandy, for putting this one up there. Those who teach us the most about humanity aren't always humans. Those who teach us the most about humanity aren't always humans. Absolutely. I think many of us who follow Sigma Prepper here are all animal lovers. Yeah. That was from Donald Hicks. Thank you so very much, Sandy. And thank you to everybody who's put your quotes up there. Please get yourself over to the Discord server and join up. It's completely free. It's free to make a Discord account as well. It's a great way to get notifications when I'm doing these videos as well on Discord. That seems to be pretty flawless, the notification system on there. And of course, you can submit your quotes and help warm up the lives of everybody watching the show. So thank you, everybody, to those that did. Let's get back to base camp. Thank you, everyone. Discord. Are you liking the bonfire scene? Yeah, Environmento mi amico. I'm kind of feeling it. I couldn't decide what location we should be in today, but I kind of felt like it was a bit of a chilling out in the woods with the fire after being on the old wild camping expedition for a couple of days last week. Great to see you, Joy Calhoun. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate your presence and bringing your joy. Great quote. Thank you, Kaza. I'm gonna assume that was my quote you liked the best. Thank you, Amanda, for liking my quote the best as well. I'm only joking. Oh dear, but definitely get yourself over there on the Discord server. No messing about. You can see over here. You can see you got the Sigma quotes with a little brain icon. Yeah, and you don't even have to be brainy to do it. You literally come across one, go, oh, that's good, copy that picture, and then come over to the Sigma Prepper Discord server and go, oh, let's paste it in here, job done. Lich! Even Joe Biden could do that. Even Kamala Harris could fucking figure that out. Right, so come on. Don't be beaten by those two. That is like well rude. Andy, all these years I never knew I could have one-on-one with you. Of course you can, my darling. You can have one-on-one with me anytime you want. Yeah? Give me your WhatsApp number, girlfriend. Yeah? You're one of my classiest VIP members in the whole wide world. Yeah? Discord server, fam chat, show info, right? So we'll do the old after parties in the Discord after the show. Get yourself signed up, girlfriend. I'd love to hear your voice. Ooh. She's scared now. Wages World YouTube channel for solar stuff. Great. I've got a pretty good solar setup here. I've got a lot of shows to do with that, actually. Oh, I tell you what we need to be doing, which we haven't been doing. What a naughty, naughty boy I am. Yeah. This is unacceptable behaviour. I was supposed to be having a live poll rocking right now. Daily Survival saying X-Class Solar Flare currently in process, so we're going to check that out straight away. We are supposed to be having a live poll rocking, but I think I'm going to leave it till the next live show so I don't mess around in this one. And we're going to get into the SHTF Intel Global Threat Analysis anyway right now, so we can just check out what's going on. It's all hitting the fan. We won't talk about everything that's going on in the whole wide world because we'll get maced and tased and stuff, but we are up for the SHTF Intel report next, so we should just do it. Connie in the house, my darling. Great to see you. I hope everything's okay where you are. You're just in time for the SHTF Intel, my darling, so let's do it. Global threat analysis coming up. Don't go anywhere. Let's have a look.
This is not a test.
Here we go. Dear oh me. So here we are, SHTF Intel report for the global threat analysis going on in the world right now. Apparently we've got an S-class solar flare rocking as we speak. My earpiece just went literally on the way into this segment, so we'll see how we get on with that. Hurricane missed us, went northeast. Great to hear, Daryl. We'll be talking about that now, look at some of the damage it caused. Lovely to see you, Connie. I was wondering if we'd see you tonight in the world, so great to see you. Let's make sure we've got everything lined up the way we should. Okie dokie, let's bang into it. Global news analysis. Let's just have a little butcher straight away and see what's going on. So main BBC news, mainstream media. We got the Iran launches more than 180 ballistic missiles at Israel. Israel warns of consequences for the attack, which Iran says was retaliation for attacks on its allies, i.e. Lebanon. 7 killed in shooting and knife attack in Tel Aviv. 20 children unalived after Thailand school bus fire. Disaster. I'm not playing games on port strikes, Union boss says. You've got port strikes down the east coast of America going on as well on top of it all. 6 unalived in market attack as Ukraine remembers the war unalived. So it's all going on. I think the main story is obviously is the Israel attack. If we look on the live DEFCON report, DEFCON level 3 at the moment still. But you can see here we got Yemen, multiple attacks reported near Yemen. 3 additional US aircraft squadrons arrive in Middle East region. Additionally, a live weapons firing is scheduled near Pakistan from October the 2nd to 3rd of tomorrow. So then you've got the Israel-Iran situation. Iran carries out ballistic missile attack on Israel. Hundreds of Iranian ballistic missiles are currently targeting Israel. We've got some videos pulled out. We can have a look for that. Israel, Lebanon, the Saudi state-owned news agency Al Arabiya is now reporting that Israeli tanks are currently carrying out an incursion into Ramesh, southern Lebanon. Lebanese media is reporting heavy artillery fire in towns bordering Israel in southern Lebanon. This is all today. Yeah, this is all today. Middle East, US sending a few thousand more military personnel to Middle East, Israel to carry out limited operations within Lebanon. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin also said on Sunday that the United States will temporarily extending the stay of Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group and its squadrons in the region. So, yeah, let's just say there's an awful lot on that realm going on in the Middle East, and it was always predicted that that would be the place where things would start in terms of the WW. Yeah. Carolyn, my darling, great to see you. Thank you for joining us. The Iron Dome is sleepy. Well, it doesn't seem to be doming much, does it? And it doesn't seem to be very iron. We'll see some videos in a sec which can show exactly that. I've got a couple I pulled out so that we can... Here's one here, look. Ba-boom! Do you see that? Straight into the... Let's rewind it. Coming in here. Bosh. Yeah. This is the kind of bidney we're talking about. Got a few other bits and pieces. Got this one here as well. This is videoed in Iran taking off in I was going to see if I could zoom in. I don't think I can. But these are ones coming in from Iran, basically, yeah. Just trying to fix my little earpiece so I can even hear what's going on. But so far, I ain't hearing nothing. I push it really hard, it works again. No, it doesn't. No, it does. That's annoying. But anyway, so those are taking off from Iran. These are Iranians videoing that taking off in Iran, yeah. Here's another one here, look. But they're just raining down. It's pretty epic. That's annoying. But anyway, so those are taking off from... I've got rogue footage somewhere. Look at them raining down there. Boom. So a lot of those are getting through in terms of the Iron Dome and things. I wouldn't call that particularly Iron Dome. Oh, okay, I found the rogue browser window that was responsible for the audio. I do apologise. Let's jump back to that. Got this one as well that I pulled out for you. Look at them all raining down, look. It's pretty epic. I mean, the explosions don't actually look particularly massive. That's not what I expect from a ballistic missile. That's more what I expect from a short range kind of, you know. Yeah. It's just not. I mean, it depends on the scale that we're talking about. I don't know what distance we are from the actual targets and things, but it's certainly there's certainly a fair old couple, and it doesn't look like they're being particularly stopped, should we say. It is Teflon Dome, not even. No, Marie in the house. Great to see you, my lovely. Great to see you. They let some through when they're not going to hear anything. I don't know. I mean, I've seen quite a lot to do with the technology, Amanda, and I'm not that convinced that the Iron Dome is that capable, particularly when Iran didn't attack not that long ago, a couple of months ago, do you remember? Even then, the way they overcame it by overwhelming it, the Iron Dome had no hope. And it's just as a numbers game, innit? Because the more you fire off, the more theoretically that can get through, right? Because the Iron Dome can only take a certain number down. Here we go. Talking of Iron Dome, you see here on Twitter. Look at these all coming in. Look. There's no Iron Dome taking out any of that. Yeah. You see? It's pretty severe. I mean, we have to assume, like, obviously everything we see is fake and everything else like that as a disclaimer, because you know what things are like nowadays. People using, like, historic footage and passing it off as being current and so on, right? So just take everything at face value, because the first thing lost in a war is the truth, right? So bear that in mind, first of all. But these look genuine in terms of it looks like from the same sort of like familiar streaks of orangish kind of projectile light, and the way the explosions when they hit seem to be consistent. But yeah, it's... who knows? They seem to be similar clips being used, don't they? But this is what's coming up with the, you know, this is what's coming up with the Iron Dome. There's someone here driving along, look. Oh. Come along. Here we go. Doosh, doosh, doosh. I mean, I'm not sure where they're even targeting. But I mean, this is just going to give Israel all the reasons that they need to be going bosh, bosh, bosh back to them again, right? This is why these are the trending topics, right? So what I've got opened up here on X, look, is like you got World War III, Iran, Tel Aviv, Netanyahu, Iron Dome, look. So I already had these popped open ready, right? These trending, just to say these are the trending search terms on things. Obviously, we've just looked at a couple of these, right? We got, these are the World War III feeds from X. Similar looking stuff. A lot of these Iranian ballistic missiles coming into Israel is what people are posting with the search term World War III. But again, it's the escalation, and it's the way it's the way the people are going to be on Iran's side and the people that are going to be on Israel's side, if you know what I mean. That's the bigger problem. Combined with what's going on in Ukraine as well with Russia and that, combined with the economic and trade wars going on with America and China. This is just a melting pot of desperate moves waiting to result in a desperate move, right? This is the problem. This is like knife-edge stuff because there's so many reasons for countries to want to go to war, particularly the United States, because of the economic collapse element of the dollar. It's imminent, right? It's imminent, but not just imminent, it's inevitable and imminent, the collapse of the dollar at some point in time. America knows it, the rest of the world knows it, right? And China's doing so well right now. They've just launched their first 4 nanometer, I think 3 nanometer chip technology, despite all the sanctions that America's tried to put on China to stop them. They've just gone and done it completely, virtually the entire process of manufacture of chips from start to finish, including the lithography with the UV machines, right? They've nailed it down, right? This is like proper Thucydides trap, where you got an up-and-coming superpower challenging the existing superpower, i.e. American Empire. It's not good, yeah? This is going to be the region that will be the place that it will be the place that it starts in, just because it's like a no man's land territory to the United States and in some way to the United Kingdom and to China as well, really, and to Russia. So it's a good place to play ball, right? And there's a lot of interests around there in terms of resources and supply chains and networks and things, right? Don't underestimate it. So it's really, really rife and ripe all at the same time. Yeah? This is why it's not a good look. Right? Because all the time this stuff's going wee off that way, believe me, it's going to be returned back with even more wee that way. And then it will be like other countries will get involved, and then their countries will get their countries involved, and then those countries will get those countries involved, and then it's just a whole bunch of countries, if you know what I mean. So the other thing obviously trending is the Iran element of and to be honest, when you got the Iran keywords, this is again similar to what you're getting, right? This is what you're getting on the Iran keywords, as well as Netanyahu's speeches. There seems to be a lot of this one of old matey boy Netanyahu running about, look, like he's, you know, shit, the world's going to end. Look at it. Go on, my son. Go on. Go on. I mean, look at him running. He's like Biden running. So anyway, sorry. So this is a cleanup operation. I can't read what that says, but I'm guessing Palestine, Israel, Iran, right? This is like clearing up the mess. There's going to be a whole lot more mess than that. I mean, I'm not sure what the aftermath of these ones hitting Israel are going to look like. But like I say, those explosions don't look humongous. Yeah. They're not like mushroom cloud, shockwave forming kind of things, you know. These are like more limited tactical type ballistics, which, unless they're highly targeted to some sort of a weapons depot or something, they're not an amazingly impressive level of destruction. So, with Matey Boy running again, look, they're loving that one. Oh, so yeah, this is what's popping off all over X. And again, when you're looking at Israel, anytime you're even looking at Israel, look, this is what we end up with. What the hell is that? Did you see that? The rocket fuselage, is that just landing on the blimming floor? Look at this Matey Boy here. Oh, he gets properly got, doesn't he? Oh shit, didn't see that. Sorry. That's nasty. That looked like a rocket casing. So this is when you're searching for Israel. With the trending keyword on X right now, right? For obvious reasons. Oh, so it's that's what we got for that, and then the World War III trending keyword as well on X at the moment. This is what we get. This was interesting when I flew past this earlier. Live Israel, but I'm not sure it is. I'm doubtful of that. So again, like I said earlier, just take everything with a pinch of salt that we're seeing here. Assume everything's fake. Assume it's all misinformation and disinformation, because this is usually, I mean, this I know isn't what's going on now. This is what Israel did to some other country, I think. You'll find. This is what Israel has done with Lebanon. Right, okay, yeah. So this is, I don't think that's phosphorus stuff, but again, this is World War III trending, and a Matey Boy running into his, like, whatever again. You got SpaceX chatting about something or other. I mean, to be honest, I'm expecting more sort of fourth and fifth dimensional warfare tactics when it comes to what's going on around the world. Just reading through the quotes. Noah Marie in the house. I hope everything's well with you, my darling. Yeah. Family in Australia next week. Well, hey, royal family in Australia next week. RF not coming to Victoria. Even if it's real, it's fake, isn't it? Isn't it just? Nicely said. So, yeah, that's basically what we're going on that front. It's all kicking off. And like I say, the problem is it gives an excuse for them to retaliate, which is all they want, really. So North Carolina, worth mention of. We will get into the overview of the weather goings on and things. But, yeah, what absolute devastation. Look at the state of it. It's just nasty. Major Hand and I have been in a flood before on a tropical island, and it's really, even like now, there's a little bit of PTSD when there's really heavy rain, right? Even if we're not in somewhere that floods. Because it is so nasty. It's bad news. It's so unstoppable. Yeah. And we were already, luckily, preppers, inadvertently, then, 20 years ago, or whatever it was, more than 20 years ago now. We just had our 26-year anniversary at the weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, 26-year anniversary. So we were there after only about a couple of years. So 24 years ago. And we had a major flood, cut off everything to the island. No water, no sanitation, no nothing. Floods everywhere, no power for about 4 weeks. And there's very similar sort of things going on in North Carolina with the infrastructure, where there's no power. People have been told it'll be the 4th or the 5th before there's power reinstated in some places. Obviously, in some places the water hasn't subsided either. Yeah, it's just bad news. And again, then you got all the disease and everything else that comes with it. Floating around in the water, you never know what's down there. There's some nasty footage out there. I follow a few people on TikTok who had some videos looking out their window. I think one of them actually I downloaded for you to look at, and this woman was admitting that she indeed probably hadn't made the right decision when it comes to evacuating or not. In fact, the book I'm writing at the moment, The Ultimate Prepping Guide, has got an entire chapter dedicated to surviving natural disasters, and flooding is one of them in there. And again, with sort of personal experience of going through such a thing, it helps you to keep things in perspective and understand the cascading effect of the floods and how difficult the clear up afterwards is, and the effect it has on community and things like that is very difficult. I'm just waiting for this other page to load. Let's have a little look in my folder here for you. What's this one? Oh no, that's something else. Let's go this way. I'll tell you what else I've seen a lot of, and that's the EVs going boom from the floods, right? So this is a house that was flooded, but it's the only one on the street that burnt down, unlike next door, because it had a Tesla in the garage. So of course salt water as well is the worst, because salt water is highly conductive compared to non-salt water. Salination creates less resistance, the water becomes more conductive and short circuits it out more, basically, right? But check this out, these are the trucks that are waiting to go in to remove all the nasty stuff and wood and debris and everything. I'm guessing that's what they're for. That's what this creator here on X is asserting. So we have to assume that's the case. With all the trucks lined up ready to go, the cavalry has arrived. So many trucks, and thank you to these truckers. Lots of people preparing. A little bit too late. The whole point is we prepare before these things happen, so we've got options when the time comes, and we don't have to get ourselves messed up in the shops along with everybody else, with all the gnarly business going on with people pushing and shoving. So let's have a look. I've got I'm just going to skip to a little Bosh. So here's a section in my book that's not finished at the moment and needs proofreading and some other things, but here you've got the surviving natural disasters, and this is all interactive ebooks, so you can click on these here. You see volcanics, localized flooding. So this localized flooding, there's a chapter here that talks about localized flooding occurs when an area experiences an overflow of water, blah, blah, blah. And that gives you an idea of the warning time. And the disaster analysis breaks down all the things that happen immediately. Inundation, the power outages, water contamination, infrastructure damage. So it kind of lists through all the stuff that you expect to see, and then how to prepare for it, flood-proofing, emergency kit, evacuation plan, insurance, things like this, right? So it goes into detail for various things and tsunamis, and gives you the warning time, the noteworthy examples that you can look into and see how people survived. And one of the big recommendations that I make in parts of this book, in fact, is that you use these events to learn from, where you have these floods that don't happen near you. They're all great opportunities to learn from how other people have got through it, and the way they overcame. And people who got themselves into trouble, like this person here who probably should have evacuated, but decided to stay instead. And you can see over the road log, the water's above her first floor, and she's on the second floor. So yeah, this is basically what we've seen a lot of. And of course, the emergency services just can't get out to these people. They put far too much reliance on government to help them out. And then seem surprised, oddly enough, when they don't send out helicopters to come and grab you out of trouble the minute you call 911, right? So that's the issue there. Here's an example, look, of just the debris that they're dealing with. And this was similar to on the island I lived on with me and Magic Hand, with a big old storm, tropical storm. with storm surge and things that look like this after, and it was just the clean up to it is just impossible. We were in Asia with the tsunami as well, and again, very similar scenes with the Asian tsunami, right? And this is just a blender's worth of debris in there when the water's rushing through and you're caught up in it. There's no way you're getting out of that. I mean, where do you even start clearing this up? This is in a lake. This is on the top of a lake. Right? It's so nasty. And so many people have literally lost everything in their lives, yeah? Everything they ever had. Acapulco hit hard too, says Carolyn. Well, do you know, our darling Debbie, she's in Mexico at the moment on holiday. I'm not sure how far away from Acapulco she is. Does make you think as to where is best store supplies. Isn't it just? In the attic, Carolyn. Can't get to Australia. Why can't you get to Australia? So let's have a look at the solar flares and quakes, shall we? And we'll grind through some of the stories and things. So here, I've got one here for those that weren't aware. You got everything we know about the Russian ship stranded off Kent coast, 15 miles from Margate, and carrying 20,000 tons of explosives. So this is actually near where my father lives in Kent, near where I grew up back in the day. A Russian cargo ship carrying tons of explosives has been stationed off the Kent coast for the past 4 days. Here is everything we know about this vessel so far. So what they're saying is basically this ship could be some sort of a little plant, because it's full of ammonium nitrate. And we're talking 20,000 kilos, 20 tons of the stuff, right? And so basically what we're talking about here is if you remember the Beirut explosion in 2020. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that. This one. Yeah. This was in Beirut in 2020. Boom. And it just absolutely just decimated everything, right? It was properly gnarly. I'm not sure which one had the best shot of it, but so let's skip through here. Here we go, look. So this is the Beirut explosion, if you remember, back in 2020. Wait for it. This was ammonium nitrate, the same thing. Yeah? Ammonium nitrate. Look, boom. Look at them buildings get whacked. Look at them buildings get whacked. With the shockwave. Bosh, yeah? No messing about. Right? Now that wasn't with that much. That took out 137 people, basically. That was 2,000... so I'm just trying to see how much of that there was. But it wasn't as much as what's sitting on that ship off the coast of Kent. Yeah? That's the point of that. Yeah? There's more on this ship stuck off the coast of Kent from Russia than there was in that Beirut explosion you just saw. So make of that what you will. But that's what people are chatting about. Another thing people are chatting about unofficially. Cheers, everyone. Another thing people are chatting about is the city-sized UFO spaceship coming in from somewhere, as seen by the James Webb Telescope. Apparently. That's just a rumor. Yeah. is there's a city-sized UFO that's on its way to Earth and has changed course to get here, according to the James Webb Telescope. Let me know live in the chat if you've heard anything like that yourself. Waterproof buckets for a start, Carolyn Rose, I think is the key for your food preps, isn't it? Yeah. There is that as well, Tonette, isn't it? It's having somewhere that, again, your food preps aren't going to be spoiled by the ambient temperature. And like you say, attics can be way too hot, particularly in Australia where Carolyn's there in the summer times. My windows will definitely shatter. That's why I asked if I should get out of the UK. I'll read the boats in the UK. Oh, I don't think that Russian ship's going to be a problem. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying. It's unlikely. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? Talking to the old UFOs, pick us up. I'm ready to go. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, I'm done with my mission here on Earth, collecting data on these weird earthling creatures. I've come to the final conclusion that I'm way too human for outer space, but way too alien for Earth. So I don't really know where I belong, somewhere in between the two. But we'll figure out. Maybe I'll get on with these aliens really cool and they can figure it out so that I've got some like proper nice air to breathe and, you know. Magic Hand and Hugo can come too. Oh dear. And obviously our son. Right, let's have a look. So I think we've ploughed through that. Okay, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So let's have a little look. We looksy-wooksy on the old watches. We got, again, reports of the Helene hurricane. And, of course, there was that fire at the biolab. Don't forget, the chemical plant releases massive amounts of toxic smoke, even though they won't tell you what's in the smoke. Yeah. The EPA and that have been down there measuring the smoke, but they won't tell anyone what's in it. But that was epic. That's in Georgia, Atlanta and Georgia, right? But check it out. It was really, really nasty looking smoke. And lots of people got told to get out of there. And this is again why it's so important to have a bug out bag and things like this, because at a moment's notice you can have the fire crews literally knocking on your door going boom, boom, boom. You've got 3 minutes to get out. Grab what you can and get out. Right? Literally, that's how it goes down. You got no time to mess about, right? And you can't be putting your bag together when you're in that kind of environment and that stress and that urgency and panic that sets into people. Which is why you need to prepare now when you're in a calm, nice environment on a Sunday afternoon. Right? That's the best time to prep. Not when news reports on the news telling you the world's going to end or just ended already. Right, that's not the time to start worrying about prepping and what you're going to do. You've got to get it all figured out in your head beforehand. That's how you get yourself confidence, and that's how you make the right decisions at the time, because there'll be less to panic about. Again, there's an entire chapter in my book about that. Mental mastery, it's called. It's all about the ability to make good decisions, right? And to take control of your survival instincts, to freeze, flight, fight, fawn, and I mean, flow is what you want to be doing, which is where you're able to concentrate and gather yourself and decide which one of those instincts is actually most beneficial at the time. Freeze, fight, flight, or fawn, right? Flow's where you want to be. But it talks about that because it's so important, right? And again, decision-making strategies, ways to alleviate fear in things, when can flow be beneficial, when can fawn be beneficial or detrimental, and so on, right? But if you tend to be this, it gives you some training exercises to not be quite it as much, right? But all these situational awareness and decision-making strategies here, all to help people make the right decisions when panic sets in. This is where people make the wrong decisions, right? So like I say, this is just an example of what we got going on in the mental mastery chapter of my book, right? So as you can see, it's a big topic because it's really what get people first is they just make the wrong decision, and then everything else, that every other bit of your disaster is just a cascade effect of that following. Right? So you need to make sure you don't make decisions that you can't unmake, right? But most people just survival instinct, knee-jerk reaction, just run off, flee, you know, into the distance, even though they just run into a brick wall or they've run into a corner or something, right? Without thinking things through. Or they've gone fighting straight away, just like aggressively, before realising there's 10 dudes around the corner on his side, and you might be better off falling in a little bit and making an alliance or something rather than fighting a gang of 10 dudes. I'm just saying, yeah, it's about being able to choose one of those things in a conscious environment. The same as the whole, you know, preparing, putting your bag together. Yeah, maybe the Russian boat is why the royal family is going to Australia, the other side of the planet. Never know. I won't feel it, Drew. I know that much. What, you mean if it goes woomph? Dear, I see what you're saying about the royal family thing, Kaza, now. If that ship blows, this is the Russian ship carrying all ammonia nitrate, yeah, fertilizer. No, I love all of you. Occasionally haunt to keep peeps on their toes. I don't think you're close enough to it, Sandy. I think you're too far south and west. I don't think you. I think you'll be alright from it, Kaza. I don't think you'll hear it probably, but you wouldn't have any smashed windows. And fear in the house. Yesterday, my gut told me to spend half an ounce of gold on another 120 freeze-dried meals. It can't be a bad thing. You can't eat gold, as they say. Gold is just something as a storage of wealth to carry you through to the other side, to the new system, as and when that's developed. Maybe a year later, maybe 6 months later, maybe never. It's definitely the time to prepare, I'll tell you that. And this is why it's great timing the finishing my book off over this next month. Is there couldn't be a better time for people who needed it. And again, if you are a Patreon VIP subscriber, everyone apart from the lowest supporter group, I think, will be getting that book free. So thank you so very much, Daily Survival. Keeping the links flowing. So we need to chomp through this lot as well. We need to check out our solar flares, because I heard there was a solar flare kicking off. We got 42 earthquakes on the map. We usually see about 30. You got this 6.6 here in Tonga. Don't forget Tonga Tarpe was where the volcano was that popped off. Is that this one here? The Fiji Island? Or is it? No, here. This was it. The Tonga Taipei volcanoes around here somewhere. So anytime we see any activity around here. Now don't forget, that volcano that went pop there just last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was, basically increased the amount of moisture in the atmosphere of the Earth by about 4%, that one eruption. This is why when they go on about climate change being anything to do with humans, it's so much nonsense, based on the fact that if you had any idea how much CO2 and how much everything else that a volcano puts out on an average eruption versus how many eruptions going on constantly around the world. Anyway. So that's what's going on with the earthquakes. And I think it was Daily Survival, was it, who gave me the heads up on the X-Class solar flare, or was it Sandy? I can't remember, I do apologise. But yes, indeed, we got here X 7.1, that's gnarly. 3842 is what we're looking for, sunspot. Let's see if it's Earth facing. Not amazingly, but a little bit. Not amazingly, but a little bit. It's this one here, yeah, on the left-hand side of the sun. Looks like a fast one. We'll open that up. A lot of sunspots on there. I'm looking forward to seeing. I did check, and it doesn't look like they've updated the monthly sunspot count, which has been riding way off the charts recently. I'm just doing a refresh on this, and it's not refreshed yet. I imagine the servers are going to be busy with people checking in. It's not registering yet. I wondered if this would. I don't think that was it. But you can see here it's been riding way off the number of sunspots, right? But we haven't got October's in yet. This is just showing September's that's in there. Oh, sorry, this is showing August that's in there. We're waiting for September's values to be added. You can see the predicted values there is 109. I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be higher than that. So it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to carry on going up off this scale or whether it's going to start leveling out a bit. But yeah, it's definitely looking off the charts. Let's just put it that way. There's no other way to describe it. I'm sorry. It's off the charts. Right? Oh, there's no exaggeration needed, Lich, right? So yeah, we'll keep our eye on that and see what's going to be incoming. But an X-class solar flare is nothing to ignore. It does look like quite a fast one. It's not a long sustained one. But that sunspot is kind of, I don't want to call it Earth facing, but it's, you can see from this image here, it's not Earth facing, right? It might go behind us. We may be ahead of it. We'll have to wait until it shows up on the Enlil spiral, which is this thing, which is this thing down here we looked at here. This is the Enlil spiral. It will show you what's popping off the sun. It's not registering it yet at all, look. So when it shows up on there and the analysis is done, we'll be able to see what the angle is of it. Usually on this you can tell because it will be, if it expands out all the way around, it means it's Earth facing, essentially. But yeah, I don't think it's even on here yet. No. So it's a little bit early. It's literally just happened, bear in mind, right? Like within the last hour. So super new breaking. I don't think it's enough to send us back to the Bronze Age. Looks like Cryptos is having a complete disaster. Because I tell you what, right? Check out down here. I do this manually. So I filled this in manually literally before, like an hour before I went live. You see Bitcoin there, 62 bags of sand, 62 grand. Check it out. Let's check into the cryptos. 60 grand now. It's literally dropped $2,000 in about 3 hours. Like for the hour I've been going live and the hour that before that when I was putting the show together. So cryptos, basically what I'm saying is they're not having a good time. Back down to $2.1 trillion in total market cap for cryptos. I found some of the internet to be very slow today. Let me know if you've experienced that as well where you are. I do a speedtest.net on my system and it's completely bang on, not a problem at all. So it's definitely traffic on the internet or something. This is the total market cap and you can see literally just today, just absolutely going to the floor. So we'll have a look at gold. Which market opened up. We shouldn't need to refresh, but you can see it's been pretty steady since the market's opened on Monday. Took a dip and have recovered, and it's a similar kind of story for silver, down 2%. In fact, look, that's on the week so far, right? Or for the last 7 days, should I say? But it's still looking really good over the year. Gold and silver's looking really good over the year. 45% on gold over the year. And you're talking 45% now as well on silver over the year. So precious metal stackers doing good in the hood. If you'd like to send me a gold ounces to my PO box address. I don't have a PO box address. Carolyn Rose reckons she's going to Tonga soon. Well, I tell you what, Carolyn, right? I'll have to make sure I finish my booking time, because there's a section in there. There's a section in there in the surviving natural disasters. There's a volcanic eruptions. Oh, what do I want? Volcanic eruptions. Here we go. Chapter. Right. You might need to take this with you, Carolyn, right? And all the cascade effects. Ashfall, lahars, tsunamis, the climate impact, power outages. Oh, girlfriend, you got it all coming if you're going to be there for that, right? Not to put you off or anything, but I must say the volcanic eruptions chapter was quite a joy writing. Get your ounces out for the lads, innit? Show us your ounces. No messing about. Don't forget, we're going to be having a after party with the VIP patrons, or anyone who has been a patron, whoever's name is orange in Discord. Yeah, if you're not orange and you're a supporter of me financially, let me know and I'll hook you up. I'm talking about over on Discord server. It's free to join. These two guys have joined recently, so thank you to Jack. Thank you to Melvin and Justin for joining the Discord server recently. Really appreciate you becoming part of the Wolfpack over there. And of course, if you are a VIP patron, VIP Wolfpack rooms here. We've got the VIP voice chat where we all talk to each other, voice after the show. So you see, if your names are orange, right, it means you'll have access to the VIP voice chat rooms if you've been supporting me as a supporter on Patreon VIP. I've got loads coming to that, so definitely get yourself signed up as a Patreon member. I really appreciate the support to keep me going. It's been a struggle. But hopefully we're back in the hood. So let's crack on to the good news stories then. And we've got a couple of memes and we're Audi. So let's do it, shall we? Dad treks 30 miles through hurricane debris to walk daughter down the aisle. So, despite the catastrophic aftermath of Hurricane Helene, David Jones embarked on an extraordinary journey to ensure he could walk his daughter down the aisle on her wedding day. Bless. What should have been a 2-hour drive from South Carolina to Johnson City, Tennessee, turned into a grueling 12.5-hour ordeal, marked by treacherous roads, miles of walking, and near-death encounters. Jones left home expecting a straightforward drive to his daughter Elizabeth's wedding. However, severe storm debris blocked multiple routes along Interstate 26, forcing Jones to navigate numerous detours. So yeah, by 2 a.m. he finally crossed into Tennessee. So yeah, what an effort, but he made it! Next good news story, a man finds 12 bags of sand in cash in a parking lot and returns to their owner. A shopper discovered 12,000 buckaroonies in cash in a parking lot and returned it to its rightful owner. How does he know who the rightful owner is? Van Ha had just returned home for her weekly trip to Market Basket on Sunday when she realised something critical was missing. An envelope containing 12 bags of sand. Panicked, she called her nephew. And the two hurried back to the store hoping to recover the lost envelope. Panic stations. Don't panic, don't forget. Dan Desfosses, the store manager, met the anxious family in the parking lot and offered to review surveillance footage to help. They found a vid of her exiting her car earlier in the day and entering the store, but it didn't capture her dropping the envelope. We were about to leave when the manager came over to us with a man named Skip. He had found the money. We were so happy. Bless. So that's nice. So next news, my final good news story. A hike to remember. Utah woman donates kidney to stranger she met on Wine Mountain. Oh, I got a yawn coming. Chrissy Miller, 49 from Provo, was hiking the popular trail in September when 23 this is, when she crossed paths with Sheila Joseph, 45 from Florida. As the two struck up a conversation during their hike, Miller learned that Joseph had been on a kidney transplant waiting list. I remember reading the story when this first happened. And they talked about doing it. And it was offered. And here we are. It's actually been done. I literally reported on this on one of the Sigma Prepper live shows. I remember. Right? This is September 27th. So this is an update from the one I talked about ages ago. This is the same one where they met in their mountain trail look. Yeah? How cool is that? And here they are. So how cool is that? That's how wonderful humans are. See, it's not all bad. Doesn't have to be all bad. So should we check out some memes then? But guess what? There's a problem with that. The problem with that is that I don't remember there being any memes submitted, right? The same as it was a bit thin on the ground with quotes. So please get yourself over to Discord. If you're not joined as a free member, then please do. There's no excuses. It's completely free. It's a great community of well-rehearsed and well-educated, informed, knowledgeable preppers and survivalists as part of it. So if you need help or you can give help, then what a great wolf pack to be a part of. But get yourself over there, because the only memes we got are from me, I think, because there was no one to put any memes in, and I only did a show last week. So you've had a whole week to get some memes in, and no one's done anything. So macing and tasing all round at this point, I'm afraid. So how to protect your home in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah? See the old treadmills and ting is the idea there. Finish my panic room. Don't forget, we don't do panic, we do flow, right? Gotta get control of your survival instincts. Flow. Think shit through. Finish my panic room. Bog roll. 100 years ago, we were all preppers. Yeah, I'll make this point over and over and over again about how fragile society is, because how few people have got the skills and got a clue how to get themselves out of the you-know-what, right, when it hits the fan. 100 years ago, everybody had goats, everybody had chickens, everybody had carrots on the ground in their allotments at the end of their garden. Right? So, the only memes we got are 3 that I rustled up for you fine people, right? So please get yourself over to the Discord server, there's no excuses. And please go and contribute if you've got some funny memes that are nice and light-hearted, something to do with preparedness or anything like that. Please do go and add it on to. Please go and add it on to the Discord server. Like I say, it's completely free of charge. Sorry, I'm just making a quick adjustment here. Right. So yeah, go and do yourself a favour and get yourself some memes put on there. We've got quotes as well. If you've got some great quotes, please go and share them over on the Discord server. And then if we like them, then I'll show them live to everybody in the whole wide world and the universe, and that city-sized UFO hurtling towards us that should be here by 2026, that the James Webb Telescope said is making a direct course for Earth as we speak. So I may need to, I will need to probably update the Sigma Prepper website, which is this here. When shit hits the fan, don't end up around a campfire eating squirrels on sticks. No. Get prepared with Sigma Prepper, right? And you don't have to be worrying about squirrels on sticks. But here, the SHTF Intel report. In fact, you can go up the top here. You see SHTF Intel is the main page category, right? But in here, I've got a complete rundown of all the things that are going to hit the fan most likely for us first, in order, with a percentage, right? But look, down right at the bottom here, we've got UFO alien invasion. Can I zoomy, woomy into this? I think we can a little bit. Look. So this little is like a list I created. It's all there. You can see it now. Links in the description for sigmaprepper.com. But you go onto the SHTF Intel page, and I've got this global threat analysis thing that I did. So totalitarianism, obviously top of the shop. Biggest effects of everything we're seeing right now is because of that, and of course inflation and economic crisis. And the next thing is going to kick us in the ass. Global conflict is looming. That could do with stepping up one, couldn't it? After the recent events with Israel and Iran. Riots and civil unrest was a big thing recently. Probably will be again. As we get towards winter, the grid down and the blackouts will become more, will probably go above food shortages. But you see down here, you got UFO alien invasion is like 1% chance. Pole shift 3% chance. So the guy down, less than 25%, look, extremely unlikely, waste of time talking about. Right. But this UFO alien invasion one now might have to be upgraded to the top of the list if the James Webb Telescope people are correct. Don't know if anyone else has heard anything to do that. Lovely to have you with us, my darling Carolyn Rose, and love to you and your loved ones in Australia, my lovely. I hope Pussycat's all right. Big squeeze. Glad you could come in and get some love, Carolyn. Yeah, loads of love going out to you. So yeah, basically that is what we got rocking over on the Sigma Prepper website. Let me just get my bits and pieces back together so we know where we are. Okay, we know where we are. Yeah, let us know, my darling. I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be doing more of these anyway, more regularly during the week, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to catch up. Hold up, Drew. The UFO needs to be above pole shift at least now. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll have to update the SHTF Intel, which I need to do anyway because it does feature in my Ultimate Prepping Guide book that I'm writing. There is a section in there that does cover the list of things, so I will update that as well before that book's finally published and goes live for everybody. So glad everyone could say hi to Carolyn. Thanks for being with us, my darling. So we've done the memes, haven't we? So back to show. So we do it then. So thank you, everyone. We're not going anywhere, but this is the end of the SHTF Intel Global Threat Analysis Report. So thank you, everyone, my darlings. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you in 5 seconds. You've been wonderful. Cheers. Hello everybody, back again. Drew in the house. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my devices plugged in because it's beeping at me to say it needs charging, it needs some juice. You shouldn't let your batteries run all the way down, it doesn't do them any good. 4% mothership possible rescue, do you reckon? I think that's a fair percentage. 4% likelihood of it happening within the next 2 years. I think that's, it could be. Yeah, could be. Just going to lower the audio slightly, and I'm still trying to adjust these to what they should be. Right, I'll tell you what else we had here. I've got my desk cam set up. Look, this is live. Yeah. So this is my desk cam. This is my inch case. This isn't. This is my water filtration kit. So this is my water filtration kit, which obviously I did a video about recently, which is on my channel, so do make sure you watch that. I need to do a debrief on some bits and pieces that happened or didn't happen with that. first things first is I need to find a better way of having my filters in the pouches, because I did find that they had creepy crawlies on them. So creepy crawly, you might even see it on the video. There was a spider that came out of that pouch pocket for a start. But my Sawyer mini filter, right? You see it's got a thing here to secure the end. But this, there isn't. It's completely exposed. And in my setup, now this is the plunger that you use to get clean water and, you know, oh, and you pop it on your filter and you can backwash it to clean it out, right? But when I was running that video, right, the one you'll see on my channel, I've got a piece of tubing like this that goes between my Sawyer mini filter and the other carbon filter, which was around there somewhere. Oh, I think it's in the case. And do you know what? There was an earwig stuck in the tube. In between the two filters, there was an earwig in the middle that was restricting the flow, right? And I can only think that that earwig had either got inside the Sawyer mini filter, or it was inside the carbon filter. It wasn't in the tube. So I think it had gone and made itself a little home inside, which is why, again, every time I get back from camp, I learn something new that I need to do differently next time. There was quite a lot of creepy crawlies around camp this year, including quite a few earwigs, right? So I've got it in a rubber glove at the moment. I mean, I need to figure out a solution for it. I have got some spare silicone hose, so I can make a small short length of hose that's got some other sort of stopper in it, and use the same on the carbon filter as well to make sure nothing can get in there and make a home inside, right? So that was one fail. Was like, I need to make sure that I'm taking better care of my filters to make sure they're watertight, really, if not in Ziploc bags or something, or to make some stoppers that can go on those nipple ends to stop any creepy crawlies creeping in and getting trapped inside the piping of the water filtration kit, right? Yeah, and do you know what, Kazza? I didn't notice it until the bottle was half full. Yeah. Night, Annette. So that was a bit gnarly. So that's, again, this is all about these like incremental learning things, and I hadn't had creepy crawlies inside the filter before, therefore getting inside the tubing. So that was interesting. The other thing as well is I found, and I will do a specific debriefing video from my wild camp, I'll give you the sneak peek, heads up, is my rope light seemed to stop working as well. And I did buy 2 of these because they're quite difficult to get hold of. They're a warm white LED strip that run off a USB cable. But this USB plug is really cheap and nasty. It's like, it's supposed to be one that you can put in either way round, but not really. To be honest, I've already had to replace this connection here onto the LED strip that's in a silicone housing. Yeah, this other one, the same as this, but in my pack, I've already had to re-solder this wire from the USB onto the circuit board and put new heat shrink in and hot glue and stuff in there. And now this one went, and I only took this one with me on camp. So I had no rope light, which I kind of missed, yeah. I was stealth camping, so I had to be careful. I was probably just as well. But when I've got my head torch on, I'm pointing the light all over the place, you know what I mean? Whereas at least with my rope light up, it lights my main camp area really nicely. So I kind of really missed having it. And it's so lightweight. And not only that, it goes in a little bag here, which acts as like a diffuser. So it can just be a lamp as well. Kind of a light, rather than a rope light. So I really, really missed my rope light. So I'm going to completely change that to just normal hardcore silicone wiring rather than this thin white nasty thing. I might even just cut off a USB cable from something else. Just a normal black round USB cable is absolutely fine for what I want it for. So I'm going to replace the cable on that. That's one of my projects. as part of the debrief, we'll be repairing that. But I tell you what, this is the desk cam. I've got the desk cam running today, so this is my inch case. This is a Peli military spec case, right? This was actually originally I ran a drone business. Well, not a drone business. It was called Vantage Cam. It's basically aerial photography. I'm a RC helicopter and plane fixed wing pilot, and I used to do aerial photography using drones and model helicopters and stuff like that, big massive ones, right, commercially. And this was one of my media production cases that was actually for my big drone that I would take. This has been around the world. I did a film shoot in Thailand and this came with me, and everything inside was fine. So this is now my inch case. My inch case. Let me know if you know in the chat. Inch case. Yeah? Let me know maximum points in the chat if you know what inch stands for when you're talking about inch bag, grab bag, bug out bag. What's an inch bag? Let me know if you know. But this is my inch case, which is really tidy case. It was really expensive when I bought this. It's like waterproof and all the rest of it, but it's got extendable. It's kind of like suitcase size. It's got wheels on it and it's got extendable carry handle. But it's just full of crap at the moment. Yeah, so this is my military Peli case, look, and you see this is really expensive when I bought that. All these pockets and stuff, yeah. This pocket back here is it's not cheap, put it that way, right? They've got all zippy pockets with netting stuff, which is quite handy. I'm not even sure if I'll use that in my final design. But this is that's a Faraday bag with just emergency radio in it. But this is kind of like it's an inch case, right? No one seems to. I did ask the question, inch case. What does inch stand for? INCH. You're supposed to be preppers. This thing here. This is a heated blanket with a car cigarette lighter. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. But this stuff's just randomly been sat in this case for ages. Look, you got things like an inverter, just a cheap, whatever it is, 500 watt thing, right? Good for an emergency though. Obviously I've got a full off grid, 5 battery bank off grid system, but I'm just saying this is just in there, right? Oh, I got my drill pump, which was a gift from one of my subscribers, right? A drill pump. You just put a drill in it. Told you, random stuff. I think is that a tourniquet? A tourniquet. Oh dear. So yeah, just random stuff. This is that's a lithium phosphate battery bank there, which I will build into this case, which will be my main sort of bug out case. But no one's knows what inch stands for. An inch bag is an I'm never coming home bag, which is different from a bag out bag. Yeah. So you got a grab bag, you got a get home bag, you got an EDC bag, you got a bug out bag, and you got an inch bag. Yeah? I'm never coming home, as in this is like it. Right? You don't expect to be going back to your house again ever. Maybe. Right? So that's my inch case. That's like proper military style. It can float and you can grab onto it if there's a flood or whatever, probably. Right? It's completely sealed and things. But I'm going to build it out to be more than that. So that'll be a project I'll be doing as well on this channel that you'll be able to watch me do. I'll probably start off with sharing that with the Patreon members first, VIPs and stuff. That's the plan. But yeah, so we're going to have a little catch up on. We're going to have a catch up on the after party. How long we've been going? Ages, an hour and a half. So we'll have a little butchers on the after party with the VIP Patreon crew. If there's anyone about, it'd be good to have a little chill out, to be honest. I've been doing audio production for as far as I can remember, the last week or something, and putting together the new anthem for the Wolfpack family here on Sigma Prepper that was featured at the beginning of this video. Now, theoretically, after the video's gone live, I sometimes chop the beginning out if I get round to it. Usually I'll chop the beginning out, the first couple of minutes where it's getting ready to go live and the countdown timer and stuff. So theoretically, the only time you're going to get to hear the music is if you're here straight early on when it goes live, basically. Because when you try and look back at it, it won't be there anymore. It will be right now at the end of the show if you go back. I'm sure it will still be in there if you can scrub it back. But I'm just saying, if you look back at the video and the intro music isn't there anymore because it's just cut out and it's straight into it, then that'll be why. So thank you, Daily Survival, for keeping the links flowing. Thank you, Robert McNamara. Yeah, do you know what? It's funny you say that. I'm definitely looking at doing water filtration kits because there's going to be more to that that's going to be put together as a complete kit. And the zombie cases, they're actually a zombie apocalypse case, Robert, is what they're actually as a product thing that they'll be. That'll be a POA, price on application type event, obviously combining my 007 labs or my prototype engineering, should I say, side of me. I've done a lot of work with Peli cases with scientific instruments and stuff and electronics built into them, so I've got so many plans for like proper zombie cases, which will include off-grid power systems built into them and a Sigma Prepper ultimate hotspot built into it, touchscreen panel built into it, as well as all the Faraday cage areas and stuff like that will be built in. It'll be the zombie apocalypse case that you need. And that is essentially what my inch case is, right? It's my zombie apocalypse case, which I'm working on and I'm going to be building out bit by bit. So that's basically how that looks. So I'll feature that more as time goes on the channel. I've got loads of things planned. I've also got a video I'll be putting out over the next couple of days for Sigma Prepper, which is one for the PIR motion sensor security system I have on my wild camping and stealth camping setup. I've got a separate video I'll be putting out for that. So yeah, it should be good. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you being with us. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already, and I'll catch up with you fine people over on the Discord server with the VIPs and stuff. But yeah, what can I say? It's been an absolute joy to have seen you all. And thank you, everyone. My son and I are building a greenhouse for my wife. But lumber is crazy. We're figuring out a plastic siding to use. Experience of what to use. So yeah, definitely a good one to ask on a Discord server, Robert. And would really appreciate anyone. Yeah, sealed sandwich bags or freezer bags, Kaz is saying, for my filter problem. I'm definitely going to figure something out. I know that much for sure. Wonderful to catch up with you, Wolfpack family. Isn't it just? Thank you so much, everyone. Loving you too, my darling Kazzy. You know I'm my favouriteest person out of at least 9 million people. But yeah, so lots more of these shows to come. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. I've been Drew, main boy of Sigma Prepper. You've been wonderful. What can I say? Love, peace, and progress to the pack.